Here we go. There we go. We're live, baby. Uncanny, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing? What up? Let me get my stream up. Blood Warrior, how's it going, man? Let's go. How you doing, brother? How's things? Let me just get my stream up, guys. 1 sec. David, how's it going? Pex, Ryzen, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who's excited for today? Like, who's excited to listen to this skyscraper news? Ryan, how's it going, mate? Good day, man. How you doing? Right, let me just make sure the stream's running. The stream's running good? Yeah, we got it. Hey, Colt, how's it going, brother? Same stories as yeah. Justin, how's it going? Darth, Pex, first like. Yeah, you did. Let's get it. Thierry, I love that name, brother. It's like Thierry Henry. He was the football player for Arsenal, right? It's a good, cool name. I enjoy your content and plus you're straightforward. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. Iron Long, how's it going? The council stated the game ran out of money last night. Yeah, I know, right? Hope it's good news. I kind of spoiled it for myself because I already know. Yeah, I had the insider knowledge. I already know what's going to happen. But I'm excited for you guys to see. Yeah, Blood, they're good, man. Things are good for me, man. Good. See what this game needs. Yeah, we'll see. Just here for the skyscraper news, Freedom. Yeah, man, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. Based B in the house. Let's get it. Why is it not coming up on? Hold on a minute. Why is the new chat not coming up on here? Let me refresh the chat. There we go. There we go. B.O. Wolf, how's it going, man? I'm good. How are you? How are you, man? Hey, Demented Soul with the supporter, baby. Let's go. Thank you so much for being a supporter, man. I appreciate you. It means a lot. Helps out the channel so much. Literally so much, man. I have no idea why it didn't go off. Why didn't it go off in the chat? You still have crashes on PS4? I know, man. So my guess is, there we go. There you go. He's becoming a member. There we go. Base, it's good to have you in, man. It's good to have you in. I keep missing you. Every time I stream, I think you're busy because I stream at like a. I'm gonna have to redo my schedule so I hit more of you guys in America as well, because it's not very fair because I think you're like in work when I stream, so it's cool. Yeah, Demented, that honestly, mate, becoming a member helps the channel so much. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Could we ask about the damage glitch in DZ the noobs are using? Yeah, they still haven't figured out how to fix it yet, right? Still haven't figured out how to fix it. Who loves the hoodie as well, guys? Come on. Got the EK1 merch. Moment of truth. When players are bored of PvE content, they're going to add PvE mode. Yep. Andrew, I did play Avengers, yeah. And if I'm being honest, I don't think it was that good. I was disappointed. I just don't think it's worth the money. What do I think is happening on 10th of September at Ubisoft Forward? Well, you got to understand that if you read their tweet, it's not Ubisoft Forward that the Division news is coming. It's the pre-show. So it's not the actual show. It's the pre-show. So it means there'll be small things. All they're going to do is talk about Skyscraper, right? They're going to talk about TU11, and then that's probably going to be it. Like, it might add some more ducks in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, so they're not in the actual Ubi Forward show. It's not the real one. It's just a pre-show. So everyone's got excited, but it's just they do say pre-show. Andrew, you're having a blast. I honestly just don't think it's worth the money, Andrew. That's all, man. It's an okay game. It's an okay, but it's not worth 50. It's a $20 game. Yo, Recon Delta, how's it going, man? Hopefully Resistance. Yeah, it is, mate. It's gonna be Resistance. You're an American. I've never been able to catch you streaming unless it's state of the game. Well, when I stream at nighttime, I stream on Twitch. So if you haven't got me on Twitch, make sure you follow me there. And I usually stream like 4 hours from now would be my stream time. So 8 p.m. in the UK, which would be East Coast 3 p.m. Elias, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream, brother. How's it going? You have you open for the second screen. Yeah, boy. Pedro, always good to be your own boss, man. Always good to be your own boss. Mrs. EK is my boss. Skyscraper will be free, but we'll have to pay for season 3. Yeah, I can't really speak. I can't really say. You'll have to wait and see. But if I was to guess, you know, I'll just chuck it out there. It's probably going to be free for only Warlords of New York customers. Maybe. So if you don't have Warlords in New York, you will not get Skyscraper. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm looking forward to see when we're going to get to play it, you know. Because I think the PTS can start tomorrow, right? Like, if we go on the past, don't they usually start them on a Thursday? So that would make sense that they'd announce it today and say the PTS is tomorrow. I don't know, though. I don't know. I hope so, because it would give us something to do for the next couple of days, you know. Steve, how's it going, mate? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing? It will not be free. It will be. It will be free. The reason why it'll be free, and I know you knew this anyway, because they said it's going to be included in the PTS. They never, ever put any paid content in a free PTS, like for you to try. They never do that. That's not a thing. That's why it's going to be free. But I think it's only going to be free for Warlords of New York, because it's going to be based in New York. It will be based in New York, you know. Yeah, New York is where it's going to be based. That's my guess. If I was to guess like an approximate location in New York, I would probably Fulton Street, maybe. Maybe that's what it'd be. You guys will wait and see. You guys will wait and see. So Fulton Street it'll be. In my guess anyway. That's my guess. In New York, Fulton Street. And it's going to be a skyscraper right there. Yeah, it'll be only for free, I reckon. Yo, hello from Florida. Let's go, man. I love Florida. I go literally every year. Apart from this year, of course. Because of everything going on. But, yeah. It'll be 4 to 5 weeks before TU11. Maybe, man. Yeah, maybe. It'll be a while until actual TU11 launches. Oh, Black Hawk passed it. Mate, I said you would pass it, man. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations on passing your driving license, man. Or your driving test. That's amazing. Black Hawk, I said you would do it, man. Good shit. That's good shit. Good news, man. Hey, Liam, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Jordan, what's up, mate? How's it going? How's things? Why I can't catch you on... I'm usually still sleeping. 2 Oh, wow. Oh, so you do some crazy shifts, Demented, right? Damn. New World Trade Center, I think. Oh, no, I don't know about that. Rascal, you stopped playing 3 weeks ago. Are you going to come back for this, or are you not going to? Eddie, Texas Strong. Yeah. You're playing Destiny. I've just started playing Destiny again. I think I'm light level 129 now or something. 1029. But yeah, definitely Destiny is going to take a lot of the player base away. Especially with the roadmap. Like, look at that roadmap. That, you know, the new DLC's coming out. Oh, crazy. JCS in the house. Let's go. Doesn't feel rewarding anymore. Yeah, man. You started your new job. My man. Hey, Obi, are you ready for this? Obi, are you ready for this? Come on. You got my message on Twitter, right? Are you ready for this? You're ready to see EK proven right again. From Detroit, Michigan. Nice, man. Damn, we got some people. A lot of you guys are from America, right? So, interesting fact, my channel, obviously I'm from the UK, but my channel statistics, 70% of my subscribers on YouTube are from America. How weird's that? Crazy, right? Michael, you love my work. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. The Airy, Florida, baby. I love Florida. It's probably one of my favorite places in the world. Honestly. Honestly, man. Love Florida. I go every year to Orlando. I always make a little trip to Miami. Yeah. It's cool, man. I love Florida. I like Clearwater Beach. That's my favorite part of Florida. My favorite beach. Apart from, like, Miami Beach, you know, because it's beautiful, but EK1 Gaming for president. Let's make Division great again. Edinburgh. That's Pesh. Zane, how's it going, man? Yeah, how long will Venezuela? What? My man. You might get timed out if you keep typing it, though. Venezuela, nice. Florida, Ryan again. Damn. AU, Australia. Rascal, Australia? Damn, bro. What time is it there? It's night time for you guys, right? Andrew, Ohio. Damn. Night, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Oh, the UK. From Czech Republic and have never been to America. I want to go there sometime. Or the UK. Czech Republic. I've never been to Czech Republic. Never been there. You lived in Clearwater for 38, bro. I bet you're so relaxed, man. I love Clearwater. Like, even where I stay in Orlando, it takes me about 2 hours and a bit to get to Clearwater. But I would leave at like 5 a.m., drive to Clearwater, and I spend the whole day there, man. I literally love Clearwater. The beach there is amazing. Baltimore, India. Nice. Cape Town, South Africa. Damn. Illinois. Melbourne. Almost 1 a.m. Wow. Luton. Okay, I used to live near Luton. I lived near there. I used to live in Hertfordshire. So near Luton. Texas. Cornwall, mate. I looked at a holiday to Cornwall once, and it was so expensive. It was cheaper for me to go to Spain than it was to go to Cornwall. Trinidad and Tobago. Nice. I bet it's hot, right? Is it hot there or is it winter there now? Ready for the shit show. Georgia. Nice, nice. If I come to these states, avoid Ohio. Have I just got to avoid all these places now, right? Let me have a look, see what's going on. So, let me just mute this quickly. So we got like 4 minutes until the state of the game starts. I've got it on the screen, so we can click to it. Reedies, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. Lee Evans, UK. Nice. Jersey, Manchester, California, Missouri, Brazil. Wow. Wiltshire. Namibia. Africa. Nice. That's cool. I got a chance to go to Hawaii. Never been the same ever since. Yeah, Hawaii. I've never been there, man. It's 8:21 in India. Nice. Boston. Now, how'd you say it? Boston. Something like that, innit? It's like, what's his name? Wahlberg. Isn't that Boston? Are they from Boston? Is that a thing? Or maybe I just made that up. I don't know. When does the shit show start? Like 3 minutes. Canada. Oot in a boot. Birmingham. What, in the UK, Birmingham? I'm just from Coventry, so I live in the next city from Birmingham. Glasgow. 8 minutes. I might working, put £100 on it, EK. Oh. 8 mins and Mike's working. What, you reckon it will last 8 minutes until the mic's working, or 8 minutes the whole state of the game will last? Do you think Skyscraper doesn't save the game? It's dead. Pretty much. But I don't think they really care. Northern Michigan, Baltimore, home of the Ravens. Yep, the Wahlbergs. That's it. Danny Wahlberg and Mark Wahlberg, right? I watched that Blue Bloods. Yeah, with Danny Wahlberg in there. That's pretty cool. About the cop in... You're up to Coventry later too? Yeah, that's where I live, man. I live in Coventry. Boston. I like the Boston like twang. They've got that twang. How am I enjoying Destiny? Destiny is amazing, man. Destiny is amazing. Love it. Bob Snell, Wisconsin. Is that Wisconsin? Wisconsin? I had to ship out a package there today. The person that won the giveaway, they were from Wisconsin. Florida beaches are nice, but try Cancun. Yeah, Cancun's nice. Hamish will keep the mic muted for 8 minutes. Wow, we should have like a little poll going, right? Maybe after this one, next week, maybe we put like a little poll together where we have a little guess how long or what will go wrong in the stream. Detroit. There's a few Detroits here. A few Detroits. Blue Blood's a great show. Yeah, I love it, man. And I love Chicago Fire as well, if anyone ever watches that. Connecticut, nice. Then they should give all missions a legendary. Yeah, I think they should give control points legendary. VA. Ah, man. What's that? What could that be? I don't know what. I don't know what VA is, man. I want to say like Virginia. Is it Virginia? I don't know. Hungary, Budapest. Nice. Nice. I'm still banned from the chat. Yes, I am. Yeah, I can't. Arturo, I can't comment in the chat anymore because I'm banned from it. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I don't need to talk there. Tracy, how's it going? How's things? San Diego, baby. Porto, Portugal, eh? Nice, Ricardo. Nice, man. Virginia. There we go. I got it right. There we go. I'm happy. Yeah, I got it. Victoria, Texas. Nice. Might go back to Destiny 2 soon. Well, I've been playing Destiny 2. It's good. I've been playing that. I've been streaming it as well. Oh, we got 30 seconds, so let's switch the screen. Let's switch it over. Let me move me over here. Let's get it. Here we go, baby. You asked a question, I got banned as well, yeah. Indiana, nice. I got it. I don't got it. From Hungary too, nice. New Orleans, yeah, so I nearly went to New Orleans once. I'll tell you about it afterwards.
Greetings everyone and welcome to State of the Game number 169 today on the 2nd of September 2020. I hope everyone's keeping well and safe and virus free and all that good stuff. Today's going to be, like I mentioned in the stream intro, that this one's probably going to be a little bit longer. We've been talking about for weeks that we'll be talking about the new PvE game mode, a bunch of the other stuff, and I want to get stuck right in. So I'm going to cut over to my buddies Bruce and Mackenzie. Come in. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey.
How you guys doing? Bruce, it looks like you're in the office and Mackenzie, you're at home.
Correct. Yes. And we're excited to be here and talk about Skyscraper and the new gear that's coming.
Nice. We should also mention that it's an internal name, Skyscraper. And
yes, the summits.
We'll get to that whole thing real soon. Anyway, before we get stuck right in, I want to go over the priority alerts for today. So there was a maintenance yesterday. We fixed an issue that caused the sniper turret to sometimes have inconsistencies when aiming and shooting. Fixed an issue that caused the checkpoint before the final boss to not work when playing title based on heroic. And also enabling the Season 2 level skips to purchase in the in-game store like we did with Season 1. You can now do that if you didn't get the levels that you wanted to. I do want to now move over to just giving a quick recap of what we've said for TU11, which we have coming up very soon. So we've talked about it before, the new game mode, and Mackenzie has told us it is called the Summit. Season 3 is on the way with TU11 new gear, and again, we are aware that that image is an image of the Regulus. We're going to go over some of that new gear today. Appearance mods we talked about last week. Rainbow loot improvements we talked about last week with Nikki, and there's been some small changes to the plans for that as well. And the agnostic mods that we talked about last week with Nikki. Okay. Now, let's jump straight into the big heavy hitter and the reason why a lot of people are here today, and that is the new PvE game mode with the Summit. I love having pretty art to show, so this is a nice thing to have on the stream. Mackenzie, can you give us a bit of a rundown of what the intention is from a game designer perspective for the Summit?
Yes, of course. Yeah, so with the Summit, we wanted to build a new game mode for the division that's really focused on PvE replayability. And so our goal was to create something that's easy to jump in, it's action-packed, and it's going to feel like a fresh experience each time you hop in. And to really do that, we've thought of it kind of as the greatest hits of the PvE experiences that you've already had in the division. And so it's like, you have all the factions in it, you have these environments that can change floor to floor. We have objectives that you've kind of seen before and some fresh new ones so it should always be an exciting kind of experience that you don't know what you're going to get on the floor, that you'll get to floor 50, and this time it might be cleaners and it might be a rescue the hostage objective, but the next time that you play floor 50, it might be something else, and it might be the Rikers, and you might need to destroy some servers to disable some hacked big dogs. And so it's always going to be something fresh and new and hopefully exciting on that floor. And so, it's something that when you want to hop on the division and play with your friends at night, it's just super easy to hop in the skyscraper and know that you're going to get that nice new experience each time.
Cool. Can we just clarify a little bit? Because I know we had this similar discussion when we launched with Underground back in Division 1. And there was a little bit of confusion around randomized and procedural and that sort of thing. So there are floors that are preset geometrically with random spawns on them. And then you'll get a different...
So there are like dozens of floor sections with like a predefined look and layout. And then when we go to this certain floor, we choose one of those. Okay. And we also choose one of a random set of factions for that floor. And if it's got directives on it, we choose a set of random directives for that as well. And so it's all predefined, but the way that you'll get it is random. And so
once you've done it all, that's it. Done.
Okay. While we talk about it a little bit further and we have some questions, I want to give a bit of a look to the audience of what it actually looks like. Because Ella, George, and I had a chance to play through it recently on a test. And you'll see us approaching what is the elevator. Can you talk us through what this experience is and how it works going into the Summit for the first time? Or the second time, or the third time?
Yeah, so the first time that you come in, you'll see this menu. And you'll only be able to go to floor number 1. And so the first time that you Summit, you need to move your way up floor by floor. And then once you've completed floor 10, because the 10th floors are boss levels. So floor 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on are each boss levels. And once you've beaten a boss level, you unlock the rally point for the floor after that. So you can see on this, which is paused that there's floor 11, 21, 31, etc. So if you've beaten the 10th floor boss, you will be able to, on any time you replay the skyscraper, just immediately go to floor 11. And so I know people who want, challenging content, that they'll be oftentimes just fast traveling to 21 or 31. For those who want heroic, they'll be going to maybe 61 all the time. And if you're a legendary fan, you'll be going to 81.
Nice. And so a lot of legendary content. That's really cool.
Yes. and it's dynamic. So it shall be interesting because, you know, the strongholds, we predefined the spawns for those, whereas this is going to be a fresh experience each time for legendary players. So yeah, it's going to be pretty challenging. We've actually reduced the number of directives for the top 2 floor segments there to 3, based off feedback we got from the ETF this past weekend, actually. So it should hopefully not as grueling.
Cool. I'll just let this run. I've got like 8 minutes of footage. Just for clarity, you'll see some fades and edits in here.
Why is there no windows?
Because I wanted to show people the
skyscraper?
first. I think we get through 11 or 12 floors in this little test, which took us about just over half an hour. Obviously, it gets a lot harder than this, but I wanted people to see how some of this works. So you'll see it switching back between my view and Ella's view as well. There's also, and people have already peeped, a new weapon, they're looking at new gear sets, they're looking at a bunch of new stuff. So we're going to, later in the stream, go over what those are with Bruce. So, yes, people have seen the new weapon. I did see a question before, Mackenzie, that I want to throw at you. Is there matchmaking for this?
Yes. So you can matchmake by difficulty. So, you know, there's the 30 floors of challenging. You'll say challenging is what you want to matchmake for, just like a mission, like a normal main mission, and you'll get placed with a group on the section.
Awesome. And as before, all of the Division 2 factions are present in the summit. The other thing I do want to clarify is that this will be free for all players who own the Warlords of New York expansion. So with TU11, you will have access to this.
Warlords only. It's in New York.
Med kit
Purple
reliant.
loot.
This is not the house. It is an SMG though, and we'll go over it a little bit.
SMG
later.
called the
It is called.
Backfire.
Wait,
That's
Bruce,
my
what is it
guess.
called again?
It's called the Backfire.
Backfire.
Boom!
So I'll let people try and figure out how it works.
I already know.
Yes, this is free for people who own Warlords of New York. You do not need to purchase it if you own
Oh my god.
Warlords already. Can you talk a little bit how targeted loot works or is intended to work when this mode comes out, Mackenzie?
Yes. So the way that we have it set up is that it's a single targeted loot type for the entire skyscraper, regardless of like what floors you're playing.
Okay.
And so we're really open to feedback on this. We went back and forth internally about you know, what's the best option for this. So we're gonna test it out in the PTS as having a single targeted loot for the whole building, and we'll kind of go from there to based off feedback.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about the scalability for a bit. I've seen some questions in chat about is it friendly to solo players? Can I go from top to bottom solo, or is Legendary going to scale differently? How's that being handled?
So it is all built to be able to be done solo. So everything should scale to
already know
1
everything
person,
about
2
this already,
person,
guys.
3 person, 4.
I've got an inside.
The legendary, it's going to be challenging for sure. You really need to be at the top of your game to do that solo, even the strongholds currently, and I think it's going to be very much still true here.
Cool. That's good. I see some other questions. Stage works and J Real were asking in chat about rogues and hunters and those kind of random spawns. Is that something that's in there right now, or maybe in the future?
So I will say that rogue agent encounters can occur
Really?
throughout
Cool.
yes. So those will randomly happen for you. I'm not going to say anything about hunters though.
Because they're level
Okay,
100.
Bruce is grinning in the background. Sorry, I just wanted to keep the I'm just gonna look. You gotta look at Bruce's face. Look at this.
T over,
He's
thanks
like,
for the
he knows
super chat,
stuff.
man. I appreciate you, brother.
I'm gonna go back because the gameplay footage is far more interesting than our faces. We're about halfway through it, and I wanted to make sure that people get to see as much of this as possible. I don't think we have a date for the PTS just yet. I'm going to check my notes again, and since I do have a date, but I'll get to that a little bit later in the stream. So make sure you hang around for news on when the PTS is becoming available, because we will have a bit of a discussion about that later in the stream. I could tell you now, but I'm not going to because we're talking about the summit. Bruce, did you have a chance to play on the test server?
I did, yeah.
What's your
It
take?
was it's pretty neat. We played for a couple hours on Friday and did the first 30 floors, and it was fun. It was fun. It was especially fun for me as a way to just sort of it kind of I mean we'll talk
I've
about it
seen
in a
it.
bit, but I tried to combine as much of the new gear as possible. And I mean, I would, of course, we design these things not within a vacuum, but with considering this SMG, this exotic SMG does this, and then the new gear set does that, and the new brand is also going to be, there's synergy. We always try to like make these things as a sort of package, right? But it was really validating to throw a build together that used the new gear set, a piece of the new brand set, the Backfire SMG, and one of the other exotics, and just have it be monstrously powerful. But that being said, we weren't doing the hardest floors. So.
Yeah. So I do want to point out, Ella's just sending me a message. I'm going to talk about it a little bit mechanically soon. But this SMG has a very unique mechanic where you'll see it. It applies a bleed to you, which is maybe a little strange to deal with, but I'll have Bruce explain it once we get to the new gear and weapons part of the stream, because we have a lot
Look at that gear.
to go through. I've got a couple of minutes left on this footage, and I do want to kind of just keep going through it. Bruce, did you find that the way that you played was different from how you'd played previous gear sets and weapons before? Is it mechanically
with this
quite
gear
different?
in particular?
Yeah, with some of the stuff that people can expect in TU11 and Season 3.
Yeah, I don't normally play a hyper-aggressive up-close and personal build. I sort of tend towards the mid-range assault rifle build. But I also I almost always use some sort of a hybrid build with, where I can rely on myself for some element of self-sustain and or crowd control to give myself a little bit of breathing room and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it was satisfying to play with a gear set and exotics that just kind of do all of that in a way, but you have to play full throttle, all gas, no brakes, because the minute where I would get into a situation where I had overextended myself and didn't have an opportunity to either clinch a kill or confirm a kill, which is one of the exotic effects for the new backpack, and then therefore be able to go pick up that thing that drops from it. You could very easily get yourself into a sticky situation and get yourself plastered. But yeah, it was really fun. Like, I actually really enjoyed playing with it was myself and Adrian and Nikki. Nikki was my pocket healer for most of the run, so having a fixer drone following me constantly, certainly helped.
Nice. Okay, that's all the footage that I have for right now. But this is going to be on the PTS very soon. What were you saying? Sorry?
Yeah. Oh, there were some questions in the chat that I wanted to respond to.
Please.
Yeah, so there was a question about the factions. So all the Washington, D.C. factions can also appear in Skyscraper. So you'll see the Hyenas, the True Sons, the Black Tusk, and the Outcasts in here. You can also occasionally be ambushed by the Underground, which is pretty terrifying, and it's pretty cool. As far as floors, I saw a question about how big those are. It's between 1 to 3 big encounters per floor. And so the thought process is that a set of 10 floors is close to a stronghold in difficulty. And so the boss at the end of each 10 floors drops loot equivalent to a stronghold. And the XP that you earn is kind of matching that as well. I saw someone asking about getting lost on the floors, and that was something that we actually saw on the playtest we had last Friday. So one of our tech LDs was fixing that and because this is an earlier build that you're seeing the footage of, and so he was laying out these streets to get the correct marking for where to go, because that's how we do it inside the building. Is it's still a street, which is just a little fun dev insider tip. I don't know if you saw any other questions.
I do want to go back to a point you said before that there is a bunch of what people are seeing now is from different branches of different builds. So this is from our test server that we had. So the things that people are seeing now is going to be different from the PTS build, and the PTS build will be different from the release build. So please keep that in mind when you see and experience things, because there will be some changes.
Yes, yeah, like the team has been really pushing on this, and we're continuing to make updates. Like lots of improvements were coming in just today. Yannick pulled me away just from working on things, fixes for the upcoming things as well. Not blaming him for anything. So like yeah, it's really we're working hard on this.
Speaking of, why did all characters have to auto be generated to look like Yannick on the test server? Did he make that? Did he say?
I don't know, man.
You better make it look like me.
Weird conspiracy.
Yes. L Strife's asking, Hamish, don't let them ignore the PvP questions. People want some new PvP modes. We will talk about some PvP changes. There's no PvP mode that we'll be talking about, but Bruce does, I hope, have some changes to talk about to things that will
I
be
just can't see that
PvP
last
players.
thing.
Yeah.
It's not replayable content.
I do.
I can address that right now. That for
Not
the sake
replayable.
of PTS Phase 1, we really want the focus to be on the new gear and how they behave and work in PvP and PvE, of course. But we can talk briefly. I can kind of hint at some of the stuff that's going to be coming in PTS Phase 2 that's related specifically to PvP battles.
Okay. On that note, let's go through the new gear first, and then we'll talk about some PvP stuff. Mackenzie, if there are any things that pop up that you do want to talk about as it pertains to the summit, do let us know. If you stick around with us and see stuff in chat, we'll talk more about that at the end. But new gear and weapons, there's a lot to talk about. We'll go over the Season 3 stuff first before we get to the summit. So we'll head back over there. If you don't mind, Bruce, is that okay? Or do you want to do the other stuff?
Sorry,
first?
I'm looking at Ella chat over in Teams. Did we answer? Sorry, did we address the purple loot that was popping up on screen?
Yes. No, you didn't.
No. That's in the lowest difficulty, though, right?
Yeah. So the footage that you saw was Hamish playing through the first 10 floors, which is normal difficulty. So of course you're going to see purple.
Some might have dropped on floor 11. I don't know if people saw or are saying that. That might be a question more for Nikki about loot distribution and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be hard difficulty, which I think could still have purples. I think it's specifically challenging and above.
So you've got to get to level
force
30
purple
something
to go away.
before you can even drop anything that's not purple.
But yes, if that is something that you experience on the PTS and is unintended, we will address. Okay, Bruce, I'll let you have dealer's choice. Do you want to go through the Season 3 gear first or the Summit exotics and stuff?
Let's dealer's choice. Or you...
Okay.
Yeah, just roll.
I'm going to go with it. All right.
Let's do it live.
I'll do it how I have it laid out. So, a new trap skill variant. Bruce, you know about this one?
Yeah, the shrapnel trap.
Yeah. Okay. So this, I assume, is the reward for the manhunt.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. This is actually a pretty exciting skill because this one I worked pretty closely on. So it's kind of like my new baby. It does a lot of things and borrows from a lot of different skills, which might sound odd, but what we wanted to do with the shrapnel trap was not make something so obviously defensive in nature, or we actually wanted to play a little bit with duality. So it's both a defensive tool that you can throw like the other traps and then have it deploy. and when it deploys, it creates a minefield of smaller shrapnel mines, basically. So it's an area denial tool. But if you quick deploy it, it's more of a quick response, point blank area of effect cone nuke, because anything that's within the area of the trap's deployment field gets right. Mind, when you throw the shrapnel trap, you're lobbing the big ball, and then the ball lands, and then it pops up into the air like a bouncing Betty mine, and then it explodes and
Like
spreads a
explosive
bunch
seekers.
of smaller mines in the area. But they have sticky bomb behavior, so anything that's within that area of effect will get stuck by the mine. So it's not just you have to step on a mine, or NPCs can only be damaged if they enter the minefield. They can also be damaged if they're within the initial deployment area, and that's obviously the case if you quick deploy it, right? So I don't know if you have any gameplay footage of it in action.
I do not,
By any chance?
unfortunately.
You do not?
But we'll have to save that for an
Why would you
upcoming
not have that footage ready?
stream. Is it on the PTS, I wonder?
Yes, it'll be. So there will be a vendor. I'm not sure which one, but Nikki set it up so that you'll be able to purchase the shrapnel trap on the PTS and take it for a spin. So I think it's pretty exciting because, like I said, it has a bit of a dual nature where you can use it for area denial, or you can use it as a quick response where, let's say, you're behind some cover and you're engaging some enemies, directly in front of you, and then a rusher comes and surprises you on the flank. You can quick deploy this, and it will basically act like I'm trying to think of like an appropriate analog or analogy. What, like those Diablo, the cone, or the wizards, World of Warcraft, the cone of cold.
Chronicle. Yeah. Well,
That's what I'm looking for. So it's like a quick deploy, rapid, offensive skill as well.
okay.
We
used to have that with the
behavior.
mobile cover in Division 1 used to have the
Yeah, that's right.
one of the variants.
Yeah, where it would explode, or you could detonate it, and then it would create like a claymore effect. Yeah, so that was actually another one of the inspirations for this skill, was the quick deploy would behave kind of like a claymore essentially. So yeah, it's pretty neat skill. I think people are gonna like it.
All right, I've just Mackenzie, I've turned off your microphone until you have something that you need to say. So just like do a dance when you need to say something. Okay, now let's talk about the Season 3 gear set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
100% health for 2
So
pieces.
we've got the Hunter's Fury gear set. Bruce, what can you tell us from a game design
SMG,
perspective of
shotgun damage.
why this is exciting?
This is a pretty exciting gear set because it's probably OP.
Told ya.
Okay.
So I think people can see the bonuses on the screen. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So the 2-piece bonuses are both SMG and shotgun damage, because the flavor here or the fantasy, or the
new
call to
shotgun
action,
that's out.
is this is an up close and personal gear set. This is for people who like to get up in the enemy's grill and go to town. So players of Division 1 might sort of maybe see some sort of alliteration there in the title, Hunter's Fury. So Division 1 had the Hunter's Faith gear set, which was a long-range marksman gear set. Hunter's Fury is the sort of polar opposite. This is
I
a
see
gear
what
set.
you did there.
Uh-huh.
Sneaky.
And then the 3-piece bonus is armor on kill and health on kill. So we really want to give you both the opportunity to get up close and personal, secure a kill, regain any sort of damage you may have taken in the process, but then once you've got a kill, any enemies that are near your victim, as long as they're within 15 meters,
Oscar,
right?
I already know everything.
When you're within 15 meters of the enemy, we apply a debuff to them. Essentially, think of it as you radiating an aura of menace that demoralizes the enemy, and any enemies that die within your aura then demoralize any of their friends with a disorient, confuse effect, which then
That's cool.
ideally you use that opportunity to then kill the next, nearest victim, and so on, and become the apex predator that you are.
Just to clarify, I saw in the description that it says it will increase your damage. So if I'm applying that, I think it was 15 meters, or that debuff to the enemies, they only take the damage, extra damage from me, correct?
It only applies to you. Yeah.
All right, just wanted to
You
clarify that.
you are the hunter or huntress, so only you gain that benefit.
Cool. All right, there are some new weapons as well
A shotgun,
coming in season 3, and these each have
which has got a reload speed.
named versions, do they not?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't have any examples of this card named version, but do you remember what the talent on the named version of this is?
So the named variant of the card 45 is called the TDI card Custom, which is a bit of a throwback for anyone who's familiar or has played the Ghost Recon. There's a Future Soldier or Future Soldier 2 or one of the Ghost Recons on back in the day. There was this exact pistol, and because this is a sort of prototype technology, we decided to play with that. And so the named version of this gun, it doesn't have a unique talent, or a perfect talent rather, but when using the pistol, as in when you are holding it in your hands, you get +1 skill tier.
Just to clarify, this
So-
is not the named version. So
No,
the
this
one that
this
I'm
is the
showing
generic
Yeah.
version. So the named version of this pistol will give you +1 skill tier. I think people can extrapolate from that the benefit that will, provide.
Yep.
And then there's also the other new weapon that's coming with TU11 in season 3 is the 612 shotgun.
Nice.
if you have
this
that-
one right
Told
here.
ya.
Yep. This also has a named variant, and the named variants, again, we decided to not go with perfect talents this time, and this shotgun gives you some armor on kills, which is not normally something that's accessible as an attribute on shotguns or any weapons for that matter. So again, I think you might be seeing a pattern here where we're encouraging you to get up close and personal, have some self-sustain in your build in the form of armor on kill and regen and all that stuff to dominate the battlefield.
Nice. Okay. We've got like more to go. I'm
Mhm.
loving doing this stream. I have like this whole thing laid out in front of me with all the things I'm yet to show. And we're like
I love
just
talking
getting
about it because
we're just getting to the juicy stuff now, so it's cool.
we work on this for months and then we finally get to
Yeah, I do.
show it
Jess,
off.
yes.
So
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. All right. I want to get into some of the exotics that people can expect. Tell us a little bit about the backfire.
Mhm.
So the backfire is pretty unique. As you can see, it's a pretty gnarly, spiky, violent-looking thing, and we decided to really lean into that. So what it does is, as you shoot and hit the enemy, you're building up a stack called Payment in Kind, which
200.
increases your critical hit damage by 1% per stack and goes all the way up to 200 stacks. So
You get an extra
200%
crit damage.
critical damage just from
Two-
shooting the gun. However,
200%.
when you reload and you grab that magazine wreathed in barbed wire, you apply a bleed to yourself, and that bleed's damage scales with the number of stacks of critical damage that you have, and I believe it's 0.5% of your total armor per tick of the bleed dot. So with 100 stacks, you're going to lose all of your armor over the course of 10 seconds, the duration of the bleed. And at 200 stacks, you're going to lose, twice that. So this thing can kill you. So that's just something that you need to be mindful of.
Can't build
However,
with that SMG.
with great power comes great responsibility. And we think that the trade-off is worth it, but there's also obviously ways with your gear to either mitigate it so it's not as much of a threat, or to just eliminate the bleed entirely through hazard protection and bleed resistance.
Interesting.
And there's various ways of achieving that.
I've just rewound the video so people can take another peep at that. On reload, apply a 10-second bleed to yourself, which deals 0.5% armor damage per stack.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
That's
That
gonna
is
be fun.
our first
Or
one.
wait, so my math is wrong. Sorry. Yeah, at 200 stacks, it's 100% of your armor.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, math. In terms of sources, how is this? How are players going to be able to get their hands on the backfire? Is that something that you know, or is that a Nikki question?
That's a Nikki question,
Okay.
but if I'm not mistaken, it should be on the seasonal track.
Okay.
As
Mackenzie's nodding.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we got that from Mackenzie. But
I'm being roasted. I'm being roasted for my math. It's
enough.
late, okay? It's been a long day. There's been a lot of bug fixing and math fixing.
Yannick used to be called Captain Exponential because he got linear and exponential wrong, and it will never ever change. I will.
That was my worst
on.
subject in high school.
Really?
So probably shouldn't be saying that live on. But
No.
Hey, it is what it is.
Right.
Come a long way.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Bruce.
How
All
did
right.
we get it?
Moving on, the Memento backpack. I freaking love how this looks. It is so cool.
It's a very cool
And
exotic.
this is where you rush people, I think.
What can you
get-
tell us about
you
this
get
one?
buffs for rushing, I think.
This one's a bit of a. All right, so the Memento backpack is interesting because it's interesting for a number of reasons. One of the first reasons that it's interesting is because it doesn't roll with any secondary attributes, but it rolls with 3 cores. So you've got the red core, weapon damage, the blue armor core, and you get a skill tier. And what this backpack does, when you kill an enemy, they drop a trophy on the ground at their feet. When you collect the trophy, you're going to receive 2 buffs. The first buff has a short duration, lasts 10 seconds, but the effect scales with the number of cores that you have on your gear. So if you have a all red build, you'll gain 30% weapon damage when you pick up a trophy. Or if you have an all blue build, you'll gain 100 or 120% bonus armor. And same with skill tiers. You'll gain what's called skill efficiency. Skill efficiency is a new attribute similar to weapon handling in that it does many things at once. So weapon handling increases your accuracy, stability, reload speed, and weapon swap speed. Skill efficiency, 1% skill efficiency is 1% skill damage, skill haste, skill repair, status effects, skill health, and I might be forgetting one. So it's just a big grab bag of all the things that you could possibly want as a skill user. And so really what we're trying to do here is embrace, this is the ultimate hybrid exotic, right? This is an exotic that works with any build. However, you're going to have to, 1, earn the trophy, so you got to get the kill, and then you're going to have to collect it. But I think, you get a significant effect when you do this. Secondly, for every trophy that you pick up, you get a long-term buff effect that lasts 300 seconds or 5 minutes. I think my math is right there.
It is. You're good.
Yeah. That lasts 300 seconds and gives you 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regen per stack, stacking up to 30 times. The goal or the intention here is that if you're fighting a boss, for example, and you've killed all of the minions and there's no more trophies for you to pick up, ideally you've accrued a pretty significant buff, right? That essentially acts like one of a short duration buff effect, but persistently.
The 30%
But they stack.
weapon damage on
So
top.
what you can also do is kill minions
Wow.
and make sure that you just pick up each individual trophy as you need it, right? To maintain both effects. Meaning you could have 60% weapon damage. Well, if you were 6 red, you'd have 60% weapon damage, 20% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency on that pickup. But if you were some sort of a hybrid or combination therein, you'd have, those effects at their values.
Yeah. Cool.
So a bit of a mouthful, like maybe difficult to immediately wrap your head around. And we're still figuring out how exactly to word that whole talent on the talent tooltip in the UI, because it's a bit of a, like I said, it's a bit of a mouthful. But yeah, we're excited for people to give it a spin on the PTS.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of things in chat. Solid G saying best in slot. This is so cool. Death 119. Taste that rainbow. Is this a little bit of a dig at
Yeah.
you having some like internal conflicts? Like, oh,
No.
we're gonna fix rainbow loot and then just make this god rainbow loot. Like I mean, I'm all for it. That looks cool. Right. Cool.
Yeah, we don't listen to what people say.
I love it. Oh well, it's either way. I'm very excited for it. It's very cool. We have more. Let's keep going. So there are. Oh, let's do the chess piece next. Oh, Mackenzie wants to talk. I'm going to turn you on. Go for gold.
Wait.
Hi.
Oh, the chest piece, we're talking about the one that you unlock from completing the summit, right?
Ooh, yes. All right. Well, you should chime in on this because.
Yes, I was trying to do a clever segue there.
Nice. What do we got here?
So I'm not going to talk about the gear piece itself, but I was just going to mention that the way to earn this is by getting to the 100th floor of the summit, and you'll unlock a quest. Once you've completed that quest, you'll be able to craft this, if I'm understanding it correctly, from what Nikki has told me and what we've seen. So it's you need to really get good at the summit and play that a lot to be able to unlock this one.
Nice. All right. Hey, Bruce, what can you tell us about what this is? You'll also notice that I've chopped off the name of it because on this build, it's actually the wrong name. I don't know what
so
it's
this
actually
is
called. General
so
Ridgeway is
this
somewhere.
exotic is called Ridgeway's Pride.
Okay.
And the idea here is to once again sort of, as you guys can see, there's a lot of sort of synergy here in terms of the close range, close combat, hunter predator fantasy. So, we thought we would, for players who want to be both offensive but then also have a defensive tool, we created this exotic with the talent called Bleeding Edge, which applies a bleed to any enemy that you shoot with your weapon when they're within 10 meters. So again, this synergizes really well with the new gear set. This synergizes really well with Adrenaline Rush, right? So whenever if you're building a build that's going to operate within the 10 meters or less spectrum, like this is definitely something that you should consider using, because anytime you're within 10 meters of an enemy that's bleeding, you're going to gain armor regen, and it goes quite high. If you've got one bleeding enemy, it's 1% armor regen. If there's 2, it's 4%. If there's 5, was it 25%?
25%, yeah.
25% armor regen per second. So if you can hit
That's
5
cool.
targets and they're within 10 meters of you and they're all bleeding, you're going to regenerate 25% of your armor every second. But I mean, I challenge you to, if you can pull that off, great. You deserve to have that much self-sustain. But obviously, the AI isn't necessarily going to go easy on you. And if you're playing on the harder content, that's certainly a risky proposition. But I think there's definitely players out there who are going to be able to make use of this.
Yeah, especially in PvP. If you want to face tank like 5 other dudes and you can make it happen, that's, I mean, good luck, but I don't know. Maybe there's something there. We will see
Yeah,
on the
basically
PTS.
the chess piece and that
I
will
would
cancel
imagine.
each
There's
other.
So I see a lot of people are like, Monka S or not like this status effects PvP. Keep in mind that we are doubling the strength of resistance mods, defensive resistance mods in TU11. So if you have a bleed resistance mod currently on live, if you
I
have it
already
at
know
10%,
DA, mate.
which
I
is
already
the
know, man. I already
the
knew about
live
all of
value,
this
the
stuff already.
maximum value on live.
There's loads of
In
bugs.
TU11, it's going to be up to 20%.
Loads of bugs.
And we recently buffed the booster hive to provide status effect resistance and cleanses. So I think there's tools in the player's toolbox that they can use to either capitalize on these effects or mitigate it as much as they can. So just a slight sort of acknowledgement of the PvP players and their concerns. We're aware, and this is an opportunity to test these weapons and exotics on the PTS. Give me your feedback. My DMs are always open. Blow them
Are
up.
they?
Yes.
You
On
have your
Twitter.
DMs open?
My DMs are open. Yeah.
Oh, that's dangerous, man. You live on the edge.
I live on the bleeding edge. Me and Ridgeway.
All right. I just want to get to the new Bellstone Armory stuff real quick. What can you tell us about this new brand set?
This is a new brand set that's coming with D11 in Season 3. It's a defensive brand set, no surprise. And the bonuses, one piece is 1% armor regen, and then armor on kill, and incoming repairs. So again, this is a brand designed for the more aggressive, up-close and personal player who's looking for survivability in the way of self-sustain and more independent. Less reliance on a healer or a dedicated healer or some sort of hybrid therein.
Cool. I see some people already being a little bit split on what this would mean. Someone says, Humane Bearman says useless gear set. Someone says, literally the person straight above them, it's just Hop says, this is the brand set I've been waiting for. Yeah, you go. More options for whatever you like.
Yeah, and there's two, of course, there's two named gear pieces that will be coming with Season 3. I don't think we have images or slides for those, do we?
No, I'm
the Liquid
out.
Engineer and Everyday Carrier. So they'll come with two new perfect talents. The chess piece has perfectly efficient. So that's the armor kit refund talent with a 50% chance to not consume your armor kit on use. The perfect version is a 75% chance. And then the other perfect talent is perfect bloodsucker. So it goes from 10% bonus armor on kill to 12%.
Oh, just two.
Cool.
And again, these are talents that work really well. This brand set and those talents and Memento and Ridgeway's Pride, they work great in conjunction with Backfire, which, as you guys know, has a pretty spicy component to it in terms of it, kind of no pain, no gain. So you're gonna want to build around that as much as possible. And I think we're hopefully giving some of those tools.
Nice. There is apparently an image for like a nice, pretty image that people could maybe use as a backpack for the Ridgeway chess piece. I didn't. It failed to transfer to my machine that I'm running the stream on, but Al is going to grab it for us. So stick around and I'll show that off soon because the more pretty stuff is always great. Bruce, did you have anything else you wanted to say to the PvP community about some changes they might be interested in coming up with the PTS?
Yeah, so PTS Phase 2 is going to have some balance adjustments. I've already mentioned this on Twitter, but for anyone who doesn't follow me on Twitter, at BruceWK. So Riot Foam base duration is going to go from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. The Firewall burn on armor break specialization talent for the Firewall. We're going to remove the burn effect in PvP. So if you break someone's armor, you won't be set on fire.
Okay.
What else I got here? The changes to pistol, rifle, and marksman damage that was done during it was a 10.1 server patch. Going to be revisiting those numbers after deliberating on it and discussing it with the community and getting feedback. While we accomplished the objective of removing the one shot to the toe builds, or one shot crotch builds, it was a little bit too heavy-handed on lowering the overall damage of those weapon classes or types. So I'm going to be revisiting that. And yeah, so I don't want to get into too many specifics because, again, it's still work in progress. There's still testing to be done, but that's just kind of a preview. There's some other stuff. Shields will be taking a little bit more damage in PvP. What else? Sorry, I'm looking at like my notes here.
Yes, that's great.
Professional game developer. I just want to see if there's anything else that I can risk dropping. No, I think we'll leave it there for now, and then we can we'll have more information coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Cool. We're like way over time, but I did say this one would go long. There is one thing I want to follow up on about the Rainbow Loot stuff that Nikki talked about in previous weeks. If you follow Nikki or Patterson on Twitter, you would have seen that he's made some adjustments to what will be on the PTS. So following feedback from last week's State of the Game, we decided to move away from a 100% chance to match the core attribute. And we'll be adjusting that PTS to make sure it's on the PTS to make sure it's on the sweet spot. So I don't know exactly what that value will be, if it's a 50% chance, a 90% chance, something in between, or anything. So this will alleviate the issue of rainbow rolls while also allowing for a wider range of builds. But as always, make sure that you give your feedback on the PTS as you experience it. Speaking of, you will have seen down below that the PTS date has been put in there by Johan of September 4th, which is Friday. It is PC only, as we have said before. All the new TU11 content will be on there, including the summit, the new skill variant, the shrapnel trap, which will be in the live version, the reward from Season 3 Manhunt. The actual manhunts won't be able to be experienced on the PTS. But please do give us your feedback. There is... and now I can show that image. We did say we showed a bunch of new stuff that's coming, but I just want to go back to the exotics because those are the fancy things. We have the Backfire exotic, which we showed some gameplay of a little bit earlier. We also have the Memento exotic backpack, which you can experience on the PTS. I love that the Hunter mask is in there as well. It's very much that Hunter fantasy, which I'm super into. And then the Ridgeway's Pride exotic chess piece, which looks super sick. So I imagine people are going to be getting their Hunter like in-game cosplays running, which I'm super into. So do share those with us. So yes, PTS is on Friday, so that's pretty dang soon. The Season 2 is also continuing right now, so I want to just show this. The new league has started, so the Titan League is available. You can see the list of activities there. I think we also have the rewards and things, so you can have a look at those. It runs for 2 weeks, and you can get stuck into it as of yesterday. What's Bruce's Twitter? Bruce WK, correct? Bruce?
That's correct. Yep.
All right. I
have no relation to Andrew WK.
Really? I'm just gonna put a link in so people can spam you. There you go. I put it in chat. His DMs are open. Look. Do not.
Don't make me regret it, chat.
Don't make Bruce regret it. This is I used to, and then I had to stop. So be nice to Bruce, please. Otherwise,
Same, he's probably
going to,
getting death threats every day.
He's going to delete his Twitter account and you'll never see him again. That's definitely what'll happen. Mackenzie, was there anything that you saw that you wanted to address and bring up?
Yes. Yep. So I had a few questions I saw in the chat. You already mentioned that the summit will be in the PTS. It will be the entire summit, so you will be able to go all the way up to floor 100 and just see everything, give as much feedback as you can. We're really looking forward to it. Another thing that I saw some confusion about how the floors work. So once you go up to a certain floor, you can always select any floors, any rally point below that to start at again. So if you make it all the way up to floor 70, you can restart at 50 or 40 or 70 or whatever. Yeah, if we bring up the elevator here, this will probably help explain it. So yeah, if we pause here, you'll see these are your options of where to start at, 1, 11, 21, etc. And once you unlock one of these, you can restart again. There's also, if you really like a set of floors, say that you like playing 41 to 50, once you kill the boss at floor 50, you'll get to this same elevator menu and you can go back down to 41 again. And so it's really built to let you play specifically the way that you want to. And so you can just kind of grind the difficulty that you specifically want. The floors really set the difficulty here. So if you have your global difficulty set to something else, that's ignored within the summit. It specifically looks at what you select with the elevator. And the summit, as far as on the mega map, it shows in New York. And so you can teleport to it from there. Cool. And yeah, I think that's the main stuff. You can, we're working on the objectives, and there's a lot of stuff that we're looking at with the PTS to see what people think. And the way that we built the summit is really dynamic. And so, we're really excited to be able to keep on improving it and adding new things where we can.
Cool. There's a couple of questions that I saw. Will people ever run across the white tusk in the upper legendary levels?
Yes. So the legendary that you see there are the white tusk. And so that's from floors 81 up to 100.
Cool.
And yeah, I saw some comments asking about this video here. On the lower floors, just floor 1 to 10, currently it's just the Rikers and Cleaners. That's the normal floor set. And, it's kind of more of, you might notice that at the lower floor, specifically these normal floors, that there's less, we try to make it not as challenging, kind of like we would in a normal main mission. So what you'll see is a bit limited. And so you'll see a bit more stuff as you go higher up in the floors as far as exotic elements of combat.
Well, I have a couple of other questions I want to get to. Lazarus Knight was asking, if my friends unlock a higher floor, can they join them, or does your personal progression, is that taken into account?
Good question.
You can join them.
You
yeah.
Can join them. Okay.
Yeah, we want to make it as easy to play with your friends and to play what you want. So yeah, if your friends up higher, you can just hop to them.
Okay, just to clarify also the checkpoints, is level 100 a checkpoint? Or
it is not. No,
not, so you'll be put back at 91, correct?
Correct, yes. And I guess I could talk a bit about checkpointing. When you die, there's a specific, you will respawn at the last elevator you took. And so you'll take elevators up every 3 floors. And so if you were to die on floor 8, you'll respawn at floor 7. So there is, that's something to keep in mind. But that goes all the way up the entire building. Even in Legendary, you'll still have that be able to respawn every 3 floors. And on boss floors as well, there's a checkpoint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and people, again, you can experience this on the PTS starting on Friday. And we definitely need your feedback. I know Mackenzie and Bruce will probably be on the forums checking out everything. So make sure you give them good, concise feedback. And we'll be watching streams and all that sort of stuff as well. Bruce and Mackenzie, if you can just keep an eye on chat and see if there's anything that you do want to acknowledge. I want to throw over to some agent highlights because I have a couple of really cool ones this week. I am particularly impressed with the topical nature of our first agent highlight from over on Reddit with AXS56CVB with this little bean. Obviously, if you haven't been playing Fall Guys, you are missing out. I would love to see this. Someone send it to Oliver and make sure that we are eventually in that game because it has to happen. Very cool.
Society falls, so does he.
Yeah. Very cool. That is awesome. I also have another one from Reddit over here from Backwoods Backpacker. That is a super cool. Okay, I need all of these practical things that the community make, so I can, because that is an awesome kit bag for like cameras and stuff. Obviously for other things too, but I would use that. So Backwoods Backpacker, please, can I have? I very much like it. If you do have things that you want to share with us that you think would be cool to have on the Agent Highlights section of the show, just use hashtag Agent Highlights on Twitter, and we would love to share more of your things. It can be anything. We've had a range of different crazy things on the stream before, so get stuck in and share those with us, please. Mackenzie, Bruce, we've hit the hour mark. Are there any other things you want to say before we head off?
Yeah, I can answer. So AA_Brian asks, all caps, Bruce, will we get any poison resistance mods? So poison it's a unique status effect that there is resistance for it, and you can resist against it through hazard protection. But it's kind of unique in that we don't really allow the player to create poison damage effects, and it's something that we sort of it's a very unique status effect that we're still deliberating on it. That's the sort of long and short answer there. Poison is more of an exotic status effect that we don't necessarily want you to be able to achieve immunity to too easily or very easily. So that's why it won't exist on resistance mods currently. But as anyone who tuned into, I believe, the last day of the game, I think Nikki may have mentioned that we are adding ensnare resistance and disorient, I believe. I'm putting myself on the spot here, but two previously missing resistances will be available to farm.
Cool. I do want to clarify something in chat. We've talked about stash space. I've asked Yannick many times on the stream. If you've been here before, you will know I've put that to him many times. And the answer is no. Right now, it's stretched as far as it can be.
Someone corrected me. Sorry. So yes, disorient resistance, also known as confused resistance.
Oh yeah.
In TU11, so internally and I believe in Division 1 we refer to it as confusion. But in the Division 2 we try to gravitate towards the term disorient. They're the same thing, but it's not very consistent in the UI. I quite actually this afternoon prior to coming on the show was going through all of our text files and updating them. So now all instances of confuse should say disorient. Apologies for the confusion.
Okay, cool. I am also excited because there's a lot of changes coming in to U11, and I imagine on the PTS there must be patch notes. I don't have any word from Johan about where those patch notes are, if they're maybe even up on the forums now, but probably not. There should be some PTS patch notes coming that are very juicy. I imagine, Bruce, there's a lot of changes that you haven't talked about today that are in there as well.
In regards to what, sorry?
just general balancing changes and bug fixes and all sorts of things that will be shown in those patch notes for the PTS.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. That was a lot today. Thanks, Mackenzie and Bruce, for coming by. Much appreciated. Yes.
Always a
just wanna
pleasure.
restate, PTS coming on Friday, where you'll be able to experience all of this, and there will be patch notes before or as soon as that comes, and we will know a lot more then. There's a lot of exciting things, and the summit is going to be on the PTS, which is really cool. And I'm going to do the right thing, and I'm going to bring up our key. No, that's it. That's not it. I did it wrong. Why isn't it show? Okay, sorry, vMix issue. This, the new PvE mode, the summit, is coming into U11. Is free to all players who own Warlords of New York. You don't need to pay anything extra to get that. If you own Warlords of New York, it's yours. All right, that's going to be it from us for today. I almost got through the whole stream without whiffing anything apart from that last little thing. So it's been a fun one. Thanks, Mackenzie and Bruce, for joining. Lots of cool new stuff. You guys probably need to.
And for anyone, sorry, like chat goes so fast. I've missed hundreds of questions. Once again, don't hesitate. Reach out to me on Twitter. I can try to answer what I can there.
Cool. And Bruce is always lurking in your streams as well, and I'm sure Mackenzie is too. So
Yes.
we're always listening. All right. Thanks everyone for coming by today. We will see you all again next week, which I'm sure will be a stream packed full of things to talk about, especially since it's after TU11 PTS is up. So lots to talk about. An exciting time. All right. See you all again next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Right, let me I want to just show you something first. So, because there's some people saying that I didn't know about this stuff. Because I said that I basically knew everything that was going to happen, okay? There's a few of us that have got people on the inside. So I'm going to show you something now. This is my tweet yesterday, look. September the 1st, yesterday. Highlight this part here. So, I didn't want them to know that I knew. So I put this tweet out saying, let's hope the new exotic does not backfire on them too. That was just to show you guys that I know. I already knew what was happening. But honestly, on a serious note, I don't dislike it. I think it's going to be good for a little while. I don't think it's going to last though. I don't think it's going to be a I don't think it's going to be replayable enough. I don't know. I think a few weeks it will be fine, and then again it's just going to come to the point where everyone's done it, or you're just going to join your friend who's on level 100, go and complete it, get what you wanted, and then that's it. So I don't know. I just don't know, man. I'm not convinced it's going to be that replayable. It looks cool though. It looks fun for a while. It's going to be fun. Like, I'm looking forward to playing it. It's like I'm not like slating it because it's more content. At the end of the day, more content is best for us. We want more content. So for me, that's good. Yeah, for like a month, right, Rogue, you're right. Like a month, that's fine. You know, some of the talents and stuff together, I think they're going to be nerfed before they even get released. Like, honestly, because it's kind of like the gun gives you the bleed damage to yourself, but then if you put the chest piece on, that's just going to counter-react that, but then you're going to have like an extra 200% critical hit damage. So on my AR build, or on my SMG build, I'm going to have 422% crit damage. That's a lot of crit damage. With the armor regen as well. So you're not going to die from your SMG. It's just, I don't know. I think they're going to need to balance it out. But until we all try it, they're not going to know. What's going to happen is, and I'll guess it right now, is the first week of the PTS, everyone will find that one cheesy build. You know, everyone will find literally one build that just cheeses everything, and everyone will just use it. Just like Bulwark, if you remember. They did the same with Bulwark. Everyone was just running around the DZ with shields. Indestructible. What's going to happen now, everyone's just going to run in and do that. You know, they're literally just going to run in and do that. So it's going to ruin the first week of PTS. Then they'll probably like change stuff, edit stuff for the second week of PTS. I reckon there's going to be like 3 weeks again of PTS, if not 4 weeks, and then it will launch like beginning of October. I think. Questionable, like the first 30 levels then are pretty pointless because you're going to get purple loot and you're going to get this terrible loot. So I don't see anybody ever going back after they've done that 30, ever going back to level 1 and starting again, because it's kind of pointless. Yeah. So yeah, I've got Okies, yeah, you got 5 builds in mind. I've got some builds already because I knew about this already. So I've already got some builds set up, ready just to drop this stuff into. So so it's pretty cool. Like, it's not obviously the PTS is only on PC, guys, as well. It's only on PC. I've seen a couple of people asking if it was on console. They've already said that it's not. It's just PC PTS. I will do a recap video on this because there's quite a lot of information, and even for me, I'll have to play it back and then just recap it. So there'll be a video releasing on my channel in the next 2 hours, maybe. I'm just going to go eat first, and then I'm going to do the video. So 2 hours or so, and I'll give you more of my opinion on different things. One thing I will say is, looking at the video of the skyscraper, it looks exactly like Resistance. Okay, and last week they said, forget about Resistance, you know, don't worry about Resistance. You pretty much just put Resistance and Underground into a skyscraper with no windows. I don't know how that works. I don't know if you just stay in the basement of the skyscraper the whole way, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's more Resistance and Underground put together, but it's not a bad thing. I enjoyed Underground. I also enjoyed Resistance. So for me, I'll play that game. You know, it'll be kind of a race to 100, won't it? Who gets that? I'm a bit sad that we can get to 100 in the PTS, though. Because then once I've got to 100 in the PTS, am I really going to want to just go and play it then afterwards? I don't know if I'm going to want to play it, you know? Only maybe to get the weapons if they're locked behind it. Because they didn't really tell us where to get all of the exotics from. I know a couple are locked behind the season pass, and then a couple are locked behind the summit, not skyscraper, the summit. I prefer it called the skyscraper. I don't know about you guys. Twitcher, my brother, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I kind of yeah, it's not underground, it's above ground, basically. That's what it is. But I kind of like skyscraper better than summit. But hey, that's just picking at straws, you know, clutching at straws. But I think it'll be okay. Had to laugh when you totaled your crit percentage. It's insane. Let me just breathe. Well, this is the thing. Like, it will be 422% crit damage I will have on my build. Because now I've got 222%, you know? So 422%. That's a lot. It's a lot of crit. Plus then, like, if you get that extra 30% weapon damage from one of the other pieces that they showed, it's gonna be crazy, man. Like, you get a hunter base exotic quest. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you get the exotic quest. But I don't know how much gear is locked behind going back through it. Do you know? Yeah, I'm not too sure how much gear is locked behind actually having to do the levels again. But I don't think anyone would do it. I'd probably stick to the legendary levels and just keep doing those if I have to. But once I've got all the gear, it's not something that I'd go back and play. Unless I was helping somebody, like, I don't know, there was somebody that wanted to help, so I'd probably go in there to help them. But I wouldn't actually, it's like the raid, I wouldn't just keep doing it just because, you know? You know, that's, it's crazy. They're all PvE, yeah, I honestly can't see much going on in PvP with the normal gear stuff. But that SMG looks cool. It looks like the house. It's the house, right? And they've just decorated it. But it looks cool. The artwork is good. Like, I like that. It looks cool. Yeah, don't worry, guys. If you've missed it, don't worry. I will recap it. It'll be out in like 2 hours. Just give me literally like 2 hours. The video will release on my YouTube here. So if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And we are nearly at 20,000 subscribers now. So I never thought I'd ever be able to say that. Nearly at 20k. We're like 19.5 now, I think. So if you guys are not subscribed, just think about hitting that subscribe button. If you don't want to, that's fine. I appreciate you just being here and watching anyway, so it helps me out. So, but yeah, hitting that subscribe means a lot to me, guys. So if you haven't already, just make sure you've hit that button. But there'll be a lot of cheese builds. Yeah, there will be. House 2.0. Yes, it is, baby. Kind of. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that trap. It was confusing, right? It's a confusing trap. So it explodes in the air, acts as a sticky, so it sticks on people. Then it has mini explosions, or is it, or bleed, or I don't know. I think like the descriptions of everything are very too complex as well. Like, if you do this, we give you 1%. If you do this, there's 3%. This 5% stacks up to this, and then adds this, and then does that. And then if you do this, it does this, but adds this, but takes this away. Just simplify it. Simplify it. That's why it gets confusing. And that's why people are just like, what? Like, what's even going on? But anyway, guys, that is going to be... Oh, yeah, Rogue, if you could do that, that'd be awesome, brother. Just email them across. That's absolutely fantastic, mate, if you could do that. Matt, thank you very much for the sub, man. I appreciate you. Can I do more streaming on YouTube? Yes, I can. I did have a schedule. Okay, let me get the schedule back. Where's the schedule? So I had this schedule, right? Let me just... So... Oh, now you can just see me. So I had my schedule, which was... here. So this was generally my schedule, but I'm going to change the schedule because I want to do more on YouTube as well, because I do mainly stream on Twitch. You can see I only stream on YouTube today for the state of the game, but I do want to do more on oh, I have no idea what just happened there. No idea what just happened there. Can you guys, is the stream still going? No idea what just happened. My whole screen just went black. Completely lost. Let me see. I can't even... And my whole screens are froze, guys, so I can't even see if the stream's still going. Let me get my phone out and just see. Is everything froze for you guys? Can you guys see me still? Let me know in the chat if you can still see me. Because I think it's all froze. I legit can't do anything on my screen. It is still live, is it? I can't do anything on my screen. My screen's just gone. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna have to end the stream there. Right, I'll do the recap. All my screens are froze. I can't see whether you can see me or not. I'll do the recap. I will be streaming more on YouTube. Don't worry. So make sure you subscribe. Go follow me on Twitch as well, EK1 Gaming TV.